Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is T and I want to use this opportunity to wish you guys a happy and prosperous new year. Welcome to 2025. Alright, so let's get down to today's business. Today we are going to be making the tutorial for this headband that I'm wearing. It's a very simple pattern, all right? I used the alpine stitch to create this one. So without further ado, let us get into it. But before I go, make sure you subscribe to my channel if you've not done that already, and click on the little notification bell down below so you do not miss out on any of the tutorials that I make on here, all right? So let's get to it. Okay, so I want to show you guys how it looks up close. So this is it. This is the one I was wearing in the video where I was wearing the Bubu gown I made as well. So this is how it looks. All right, so without further ado, let's get into the tutorial. So for this project, these are the materials that you're going to need. You're going to need your yarn, of course. I'm using a 2-ply yarn. I'll be putting 2 strands together because I want it to be fuller. All right, so I'm going to be using a 4mm hook size. You need your measurement tape, you need a scissors, and then you definitely need an elastic band. All right, so this is what is going to be holding the headband at the back. All right, so this is the one I'm using today. All right, so let's get to it. Okay, so for the measurement for this project, you are going to be taking around your head. All right, so what I did, I took around my head and I minus 4 inches from it. All right, because the elastic I'm using, you see how it is, the elastic band, it stretches. All right, so it's a little bit tricky. So when you get your measurement of your head, make sure you minus at least 4 inches out of it. But I always advise as you go, try it on so you know what you are working with. All right, so to start on this headband, you are going to make a slip knot. I believe by now you all know how to make a slip knot. All right, so make a slip knot and attach it to your elastic band. Okay, just like this. Please just watch what I'm doing. All right, and then you are going to chain up 1. So now we are going to be putting in 10 single crochets in the elastic band, inside the elastic band. And don't forget, this does not count as 1 single crochet. All right, so now still go ahead to put in 10 single crochet inside the elastic band. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, so we are going to be using 10 single crochet. Oh my god, see how beautiful this looks on this. All right, but if you know you want your headband to be bigger, you can go ahead to put more single crochet. But on this one that I'm doing, I'm going to be putting just 10 single crochet on my elastic band. All right, so now for row 2, we are going to chain up 2, 1 and 2, then turn your work. So on this very first stitch right here, you are going to be putting in 1 double crochet, and on the next stitch you are going to put in 1 double crochet, and on the next you're going to put in 1 double crochet. So on this row 2 now, this is the pattern you're going to be putting, just 1 double crochet all across on the row 2. All right, and make sure you're counting your stitch. Okay, so because at the end of this row 2, make sure you get 10 double crochets. All right, so that's 8, 9, and 10. All right, so now we have 10. So now for the row 3, you are going to chain 1 and then turn your work. So now we are going to be putting in 1 single crochet all across on the row 3. All right, we're actually working with the alpine stitch, if I've not mentioned that before. All right. All right, so this very first stitch, now you are going to be putting in 1 single crochet. All right, and then the next stitch you're going to put in 1 single crochet. So keep working single crochet on your row 3 until you get to the end, and make sure you have your 10 stitches. All right, so that's 8, 9, and then 10. All right, so for the row 4, you're going to chain up 2, then turn your work. All right, so now for the very first stitch, you are going to go in there with a front post. All right, so go in with a front post on the previous double crochet that we made. Okay, going with the front post, double crochet. All right, and then on the next stitch, you are going to go in inside the single crochet now that we made previously. That is where you are going to put your next double crochet. Okay, and then go to the next stitch now, which is the double crochet that you made previously, and put in a front post with that double crochet. And then on the next stitch, you are going to be putting in a regular double crochet on the previous single crochet. So if you are familiar with the alpine stitch, that is what we are using. All right, so now the next one, you are going to go in with a front post on the previous double crochet, and the next stitch you are going to go in with a regular double crochet. So this is the pattern you follow for the row 4. You're going 1 front post on the previous double crochet, and then 1 regular double crochet on the previous single crochet. So that is what you alternate for this row. All right, so 1 single, all right, so now I've gotten to the end of the row. I'm just going to put my last double crochet at the end here. All right, so this is how it's looking. Oh my god, I can't get over how beautiful this looks. All right, so for the next row now, you are going to chain up 1 and turn your work. So now you are going to be putting in single crochet all across until you get to this part. So on the very first stitch here, you are going to put in 1 single crochet, and the next stitch you're going to put in 1 single crochet. So continue to work single crochet until you get to the end of this row. And like I told you before, make sure you're counting your stitch. Make sure you still have 10 stitches. All right, you don't want one part to be bigger than the other side. The beauty will not come out. All right, so let's count this one. This one is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. All right, so for the next row now, chain up 2. Let's take this again before I go off camera to do mine. All right, so on the very first stitch now, you're going to be going in with 1 double crochet, regular, and now on the next stitch right here, not this one you did in the previous one, the next stitch here now, which is this one. All right, please just watch what I'm doing, so if I'm not explaining it right, at least you'll be seeing what I'm doing. Okay, so you take this one and make a double crochet. Then on the next stitch, you're going to make a regular double crochet on the previous single crochet we just made, and then go down here now and make a front post double crochet, regular double crochet on the next stitch, and then a front post on the previous double crochet. Okay, regular double crochet and a front post with the previous double crochet, regular double crochet, and then on the end here now, see this last stitch right here, I hope you're seeing it. Just go in like this and make a double crochet right there to end that row. Okay, so this is how it's looking. So on the next row now, you are going to chain up one and you do single crochet all across, and then when you come back again, you start doing the regular double crochet and the front post, regular double crochet on the front post. So you are going to do that until you get to the length, the inches that you got on your head size, and minus 4. All right, okay, let me say on my own head now I got 22 inches, so I minus 4 inches, so I'm doing 18 inches altogether. All right, so I'm going off camera now to do 18 inches of this pattern, and when I come back I'm going to show you how we're going to join it together. All right, okay, so I've gotten to the length where I want my headband to be. So this is how it's looking. All right, so now the next step is going to be joining it together. All right, so when you end your own, make sure you end it on the double crochet parts, not the single crochet parts. Okay, so when you put your last double crochet front post and regular front post and regular, that is where you are going to end it. All right, so what you do, you chain up one and then cut off your yarn. Okay, and then tie it. All right, so you come back here now and then take your yarn. You're going to be reattaching your yarn on this other side. Okay, let me bring it down so you can see what I'm doing. All right, so reattach your yarn here now and then chain up one. All right, this one does not count as a stitch. All right, so it's just exactly what we did here. That is exactly what you are going to be repeating on this other side of the band. All right, so you are going to put in 10 single crochets. All right, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. All right, so now we have our 10 single crochets on the other side of the elastic. All right, so what you're going to do now is going to chain one, you chain one and then cut off your yarn here as well. All right, and then you're going to tie it. All right, so the next step now is going to be using your tapestry needle to join the sides together. All right, well, maybe I forget to mention that you'll be needing a tapestry needle on this project as well because that is very important. So now we use a tapestry needle to join both sides together. All right, okay, so to join it together now, you are going to take a strand of yarn and insert it inside your tapestry needle, just like this. I left a long tail on my own, so it's already attached to my project. All right, so you just, if you don't have the long tail here, just go ahead to just get a strand of yarn and just put it in your tapestry needle. All right, and then go into the very first stitch right here where we did the single crochet on the elastic band. All right, so go into the first stitch here. That is why I told you to always count your stitches, because now that you have 10 stitches on this row, you have 10 stitches here. It will be easier for you to work with your tapestry needle. All right, so go into the first stitch right here on the other side and drag out your yarn. All right, so go to the next stitch on this other side and fix your tapestry needle there, and go into the next stitch on this other side and sew. So this is what you keep doing. So come to this other side and put your tapestry needle just at the bottom. All right, so you go in from the bottoms up. All right, so you go into the next stitch from the very bottom and drag out your tapestry needle, go into the next stitch right here from the bottom part. Please just watch what I'm doing, so if what I'm saying you are not getting it, you get it by just looking at it. All right, so go into the next stitch here and do exactly the same thing. Go into the next stitch. Make sure you're following the stitches because you want it to be uniform at this edge here. All right, so now go into the next stitch and sew it just like that. So from the bottom, don't forget that always go through the bottom. All right, to the next stitch on the other side, go through the bottom. All right, so just keep following the stitches and make sure you don't miss any stitch because we want this place to look as firmly as this. All right, so come into the next stitch here, and then on the other side go into the next stitch and just keep sewing. So we're on the very last stitch now, so you go in through the bottom of this very last stitch here, and then the bottom of this last stitch here as well. All right, so here we go. So you see how it looks now, right? So this is how you join it. So now what you're going to do, you're going to tie this part together very neatly. Make sure it's very neat when you do it. Okay, so it will have the same bump as this part. All right, so here you go. This is our headband. So I'm just going ahead now to sew in my threads. When I finish sewing it, I'll come back to show you how the finished work is looking. All right, okay, so we've gotten to the end of today's tutorial. This is how our headband is looking. I've gone ahead to actually sew in all of my ends, and this is the final result. Oh my god, I just can't get over how beautiful this looks. Alrighty, let me show you some of the ones I've made. Alright, so as you can see, I went ahead to do this one a little bigger because the yarn size is actually different. This is 8 ply, this is 2 ply, and I put 2 strands together, and this is 2 ply as well. Alright, so we've gotten to the end of today's tutorial. If you know you enjoyed this video, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel if you've not done that already. All right, and if you have any question about this project, feel free to drop it on the comment section and I will be happy to help. All right, and make sure you turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on any tutorial that I make. All right, so until next time, bye bye.